Welcome to episode 41 of Realty Talk with
Eric.
and Gail. And wow, what Eric just crushed it. So, give everybody a little bit of background kind of on this. We just got done our agent open event, and I thought it was actually I was very pumped with the attendance and also the people that showed up. Ellie was supposed to come to this, and she had to go do her duties at the 80 KYP event. She was dressed up actually really good. I was mad I actually didn't get a photo of her. But she was dressed up as Uma Thurman from Pulp Fiction. And if anybody's seen Ellie, imagine her with a dark black wig with bangs. And that's her, aka Uma Thurman. So, and I don't know what she had the name tag of the character, but she was obviously looked in character. But she ended up bouncing out of here. She went to Chipotle. She couldn't hang. So now Eric, who's been here for a few hours now, because the event was supposed to be 2 hours, it is now 8:50. It was supposed to end at 7, so I think we went 3 hours and 45 minutes, which is fine. I'm totally cool with that. And you were there for about 3 of it. And I didn't actually even know you were coming to it, to be honest. And so Eric, since he's here, by default, so you guys don't have to listen to me just talk, is an intern this year from Plattsburgh State. So Eric, what I want you to do is I want you to kind of give us a little quick background on you and give us a background on, tell us, where you live, why are you at Plattsburgh, what's your major at Plattsburgh, and then why are you interning at our company?
Okay, well, like Alan said, I'm Eric. I'm originally from Long Island, and I stayed home for school, for college, for 2 years, and find my way up at Plattsburgh, mainly because I wanted to save some money first and then work a little bit. And then I found my way up here. I am majoring in marketing and business administration with a minor in finance. And yeah, I'm interning here because I have a genuine interest in real estate and also the marketing. So this is just like best case scenario for me when I found out that Galen was looking for interns. So I was pretty pumped to come over and intern here.
So, and sorry, I'm trying to give you some love on social media. So we got the major, we got everything else, and I ended up meeting you at a AMA event, was it American Marketing Association?
Yeah.
I met you through Hannah, and the only reason I went to go, this is why I always tell people that everything kind of happens the way it's supposed to happen, in the sense that I met my good friend Aaron Benner 2.5 years ago. Huge business mentor, very good friend of mine. He texted me earlier, he wanted to hear how the event went, so I could actually call him tonight, probably on the ride home, which is normal late night conversations. That's usually the only time me and him can actually sync schedules to talk. But we met him. He ended up introducing me to Hannah, who he kind of met through, by chance. Hannah decided to come work here. Hannah got Aaron to go do an event at your place, at college that you were a part of. I decided, hey, I'm going to go to the event to support Hannah, but also I want to hear Aaron talk and just see how that goes. And then you and Han came up to me after, and I kind of want to do another one of these with you guys before we get Han on too. Then you guys both came up and said, we like real estate, and all of this kind of happened through chance encounters. So that's why I'm always big on things happen for a reason in life and everything else. And who knows? Like I said, you guys have been phenomenal. You guys have been excellent interns. But I just think that's kind of the cool aspect of it. So obviously you said marketing club, it's a little tough with scheduling right now.
Yeah, right now, usually the meetings are conflicted with one of my classes. Once in a while they'll have other events going on, like they had marketing week. I was able to go to those and maybe other little events here and there. But unfortunately I can't go to all the meetings this year.
So what is your favorite thing about marketing? What got you into marketing? Why are you doing marketing?
Well, there was an opportunity just to see in marketing how you can grow, how you can expand on a business. I like the pursuit of growth behind it, how you can just figure out ways to make the company better through exposing the company, just reaching out, anything involved in marketing. That's the one thing that really appeals to me the most, really.
So do you consider yourself someone that's a creative person? Do you like that aspect? Because I always find people that do marketing, one of the things that I wish that I would have done back in the day when I went to Plattsburgh was I wish I would have went for marketing, and it was a couple years after graduation when I was out of college, my goal was, or my goal, I guess regret was that I did not go for marketing. Now, since then, to be honest, think I have a master's degree in marketing. I really do, because the amount of time I spend on marketing and learning marketing and things like that was way more than the 4 years I ever spent on the actual degrees that I have. But do you find yourself, because I find that I'm a fairly creative person. I always liked to draw. I always liked to do stuff when I was a kid. I liked art. I like doing, just like making things. And for me, marketing is fun. Like just coming up with, I love editing video. I don't have enough time to do it, but I love editing video. I'm sure I'd get really good at pictures if I wanted to put the time into it, if I had the time or made the time for it. So do you consider yourself creative? Because I think you are, but you might, I don't know, do you consider yourself like personally, like I do like creating things?
Yeah, I mean, I would say I'm pretty creative. I like thinking outside the box, testing things that other people don't do. I like going out there. If I could try new things, make it work, ideally that would be great. I like at my last job, like I only had a limited opportunity to do that. If I get to like decorate food stations for catering and a wedding, I like to like go a little extra on that, see like what looks good, what didn't. Sometimes people like go up, take pictures of it. That's like probably like the creative like behind it, what people liked. So
what's your favorite part of marketing? And when I say favorite part of marketing, like favorite part in general, like the overall thing of marketing, and maybe what's your favorite like medium to use of like what part of marketing do you like using the most or creating on the most?
I guess, well, we've been testing out like things like micro content and like expanding our reach and using stuff like that. I think just like figuring out how we can reach the most people possible is one thing that appeals to me. Because like before starting this internship, I really didn't have any experience doing any of that. Wasn't really too active on social media. Now that I'm getting like my feet wet and like doing that kind of content creating, it seems like a lot of fun to me.
Do you find, and I'm curious about this, like, and I haven't taken a marketing class at Plattsburgh in probably 10 years. Do you find that, is this internship benefiting you in a way that you thought it would, or maybe in a better way than you thought it would, or a worse way than you thought it was? Like I kind of, like I have my own viewpoints, but like I want to hear like, what was your expectation coming in? And was a lot of this stuff brand new to you, or was this stuff like, no, I knew all about it, I may not have known how to do a couple things like editing or filming, but I knew the concept behind it? Or is this all like really like eye-opening, like, wow, this is really like advanced marketing?
Yeah, it has exceeded my expectations so far, because like going into it, like you gave me a brief overview of like what to expect, what I'd be doing, but I wasn't really too sure how good I would be at it. Mm-hmm. So like I was a little nervous coming in, but it's been going well so far, and it's definitely like exposed me to things that they don't teach in the classroom, like really like real life things, what works, what doesn't. The feedback you give me is like real honest feedback that you've seen works and doesn't work. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, because for you, I find like when you and An came on, the one thing that I liked was you guys are in a marketing club at Plattsburgh State. Like usually if you're in a marketing club, you have to like marketing. I guarantee you there's way more people in marketing that are not in the actual club that have a marketing degree, because they really don't care about marketing. They're just there to get a degree. I think if you're going and you're actually trying to learn something and really fine tune your craft, you have to, like you guys are doing that. Like I can see you guys are doing that because you have a passion for it. You're creative. If I tell you to do something, you put a spin on it. But I'm also one not to sugarcoat anything, because if it doesn't look good, doesn't work, doesn't reach the audience I want, I will let you know that. And it's not because, oh, you're bad or you didn't listen to directions or anything. It's usually the opposite. It's like, hey, I want you to make sure that we're not letting bad habits slip in, and that's going to carry on. Because if I'd sit there and like pat you on the back and say, great job on everything you did, well, what happens when you leave or go do a job and you come as a marketing, and all of a sudden people are like not using your work or criticizing your work, or way more critical than me? I think I look at myself as being honest, but also honest in the sense I'm trying to like teach you guys what's working, where if that means that I have to say that it's bad, then it's bad. And it doesn't mean that we can't use it, but let's tweak some things. I mean, there's some stuff you guys have sent me that I've completely scrapped. I'm just like, honestly, not going to work. Like Jordan sent me stuff, and Jordan's gotten better And we're slowly, a lot of this is new to me, you know what I mean? Like, marketing's always changing. It's too fast paced to say like go buy a textbook. Like by the time that textbook comes out, things have changed, and so I'm always constantly my fingers on the pulse, reading what how do people consume, what's their consumer behavior, what's trending, especially in our area, what's something that I can capitalize on, and then for you guys, I want you to look at the bigger picture. Like yes, I love that you guys are learning how to edit. I love that you guys are learning how to play around with video and filming because that is going to be so important in the future. But it's also the idea of what's the bigger part behind it, the actual thing that, like, you can Google or YouTube how to do all that stuff, and you can take courses and classes, but then it's like, what's the big picture thing? Like, what's the thing that we're trying to accomplish in the overall grand scheme? And that's what I'm trying to teach you guys, is how to really look at marketing from different angles and what actually matters out there. Not just like making a pretty photo, but like, why are we doing it? And where are we posting it? When are we posting it? What are we saying for the tech or the copy? Are we running a certain campaign? Are we running a certain campaign around the seasons or on the market or on different people or whatever? And there's layers and layers and layers to marketing. And it's also, like I said, human psychology. Like, what resonates with people? There's a couple things that we've done. I'm like, I'm probably gonna scrap it. It didn't get the results I wanted. There's some that I posted. Okay, we need more of that because that resonates with a lot of people. So for you guys, I think that's important. I think that, again, like the editing aspect, the video aspect, that stuff is, you're gonna be light years ahead of people that come out of college that do not have that. You know what I mean? Like the amount of people, like they'll talk about, SWOT analysis and do this and what's your opportunity. You can do all that, but it gets even better when it just becomes ingrained in you that you can kind of cipher through the stuff very fast and have your own filter and know what works. And part of it is, why do we tape in the podcast? Well, I can get a lot more content out of taping a podcast than just the audio version. Why are we doing a vlog? I can now strip that down into more pieces. Why are we doing, anything that we do? It's just because we're leveraging stuff. And I find that you guys, I always look at, like, why would I take on an intern? Because there is work involved. I got to kind of have a game plan for you guys. Sometimes you might come in and be like, I'm kind of all over the place, but I still know, like, I've thought about the meeting. I've thought about what I want to go over. I might not have it, like, as laid out as I did last time, because sometimes it's just I don't get time to do it, but I know what projects I want to work on. I know what direction I want to go. A lot of it is I'm just letting you guys have creative freedom, too. Because if I tell you too much, then it kind of puts you too much in a bubble or a box, and it's like, no, I want like this kind of general flow to it, and just kind of give me what you think. It was kind of like the flyers for the event, for the homebuyer event. Like, there was like 6 or 7 of them that you, Jordan, and Han all made, and I picked the one that I thought was best, and I even tweaked that a little bit, but it wasn't that the other ones were bad, but it gave you guys an opportunity to, in worst case, if nothing else, you learned how to design a couple cool things and maybe picked up a cool look that you wanted to try later on. But I think the big reason I want to have an intern on, not on the podcast, but just have an intern, is because I think that I can offer you guys a lot from what actually works real life. Like, the stuff that you're doing actually gets posted out, which actually is going to help the company. It's not like I'm getting it and I'm like, oh, that's cute, and then like hanging on the fridge and like nobody's ever going to see it. Like, when I talk about stuff we're doing, like, it's in play. Like, we rely on that stuff. Like, it's affecting our brand, our sales, our everything that you can think of. It plays a factor into it. So for me, the benefit for you guys is that you're hopefully going to get like a skill that you can take on for life, or not even just a skill, but the bigger picture stuff of like how to think like an actual marketer, like how to think how people consume, how do people, that's the big thing, and that's so huge. And obviously for you guys, I like, it gives me a chance to kind of give back, but it also gives me a chance to kind of meet some new people and kind of see what your spin is. Like the last vlog you did, the one that you did at the career fair, I was going through that. I'm like, there's some incredible B-roll in there. And that's a skill that you didn't really have before. But like I started watching it, and I'm like, that's awesome. I think I texted you like late at night one night. I'm like, dude, incredible job. Like, you did some really cool things. But you're learning, and like your first one, I was like, dude, you gotta change this, this, and this. And then all of a sudden you get something like that. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly it. You're gonna come back on the next one and be like, okay, even better. Like you're slow. You're in the process right now of really making that jump. Last question for you before we go, because I don't want to take too much time here because it is late. It's after 9 now. Wow. Okay. What's your plans after college? Like, you graduate when, and then what's your plans?
I graduate May 2020. What my plans are after that, really not too sure. Like I'm interested in the hospitality field. Like I mentioned, I worked a lot working weddings. Maybe I could work with my company doing sales or in the marketing department there. Not sure. Real estate is another interest, but that'd be pretty difficult straight off the bat. I would like something else too going for me. And then yeah, I'm just figuring everything else out right now.
So May of this coming May.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. The biggest thing, like, so you're about what, 21?
21.
Like, the biggest thing right now that I always, like, I wish I would have known back then that you kind of know now is, like, people expect that they come out of college at 21, they graduate, and, like, you should have the world figured out. Like, there's people in their 40s that don't know what they're doing. They're switching jobs, they're doing different careers, 50s, whatever, starting second careers. I mean, you're never going to have it really figured out. I think I'm one of the odd scenarios where I actually have been in the same job since I was 21, but it's not that I had it figured out. Like, I didn't really want to fully go into fully stay in real estate until a few years ago. Like, really, it's probably 4 years ago where I'm like, I think I'm actually gonna, like, really, really put all my eggs in one basket and really focus on this and really grow it. Before, it was always kind of like a stepping stone for me, and then I got to the point where, my reasons for doing it got bigger, my goals got bigger, my overall reach got bigger, and the people that I could help and affect. So for me, I think that it will be that way. But again, I was talking about, we were in the Agent Open, and I talked pretty candidly to most people that I'm like, hey, this is where the vision is, and I don't know. So, like, real estate for me, like, all of a sudden, 10 years from now, again, I'll be turning 40. Like, that's not that old. And the fact that at that point, what I've been able to accomplish in 10 years, what can I accomplish in another 10 years? When we talk about the snowball effect, it's going to get bigger and bigger. Opportunities are going to get bigger, and things are going to arise. And then I don't force it. Just you keep doing the little things every day. More people take notice. Then you get a little bit more, what's the word? Like, kind of clout kind of thing. Like, people give a little more, like, okay, this guy's kind of earned his right to sit at the table, earned his right to be in the conversation, or whatever you want to call it. And I think that for you guys coming out of 18, you will not have everything figured out. But I think your 20s is a lot of good times, but it's a lot of figuring yourself out and trying to find something. And I don't rush too quick. Like, the one thing I think that kids should do coming out of college, just, don't stress about it. Like, get a job. It's not where you're gonna work your entire career. It could be, but you might just get a job and just know, like, hey, I'm gonna be the best I can at this job. I'm gonna learn as much as I can, and opportunities are gonna present themselves. You could meet some random person on a flight from, Newark. You drive to, I don't know, LaGuardia, wherever your closest airport is, down to Florida, and you meet someone on the plane, you chit chat with them, and an opportunity arises. I mean, the world is so crazy like that you never know. And I'm not saying that, like, that exact scenario is going to happen, but it's kind of just be open to stuff, open to say yes to a lot of stuff. I say yes to a lot of things, and I think if that's something that you can focus on, I think you guys will be good, because you and Han are very bright. Like, you guys, for your age, for the stuff that you guys are doing, like, your work ethic's good. You're putting in the time and some good stuff. You obviously have good mannerisms. You carry yourself well, and so I think you guys will be very good once you guys decide to actually graduate, when you actually graduate and decide what you want to do next. So, intern Eric, you wanna anything else? You want to do the Office quote? Do you watch The Office?
I do. It's been a while though. I've only watched it once, not like a bunch of times. Like
you've seen the whole series all the way through.
I don't have any good Office quotes in mind.
Okay. Well, Ellie's not here. I did. Let me see. Actually, I was watching this the other day, and it was, I don't think it was a pilot. It might have been the pilot episode, and we were talking about downsizing. And Dwight gets up. He goes, "Yeah, downsizing." He goes, "I've been saying that since day one. I actually mentioned it in my interview." And so there's a little Dwightism. Again, probably not as clean and concise like Ellie, but there it is. Eric, thanks for bailing us out. Late here, 9 o'clock at night. Go home. Gotta go eat.
Yeah,
We'll get going. First time ever. We'll probably have you back on before the semester ends. I want to get you and Han on it, but I think that'll be good. So, everybody, that is episode 41 of Realty Talk with
Eric
and Galen.